Hey, I'm Megan Edwards from Virgin Radio, and I'm super excited because I'm sitting right next to a fellow East Coaster, classified.
Maritimers, how are you?
Maritimer, yeah,
Yes.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. No pressure. This is for the lone soldier, dope smoke.
What are you thinking about the rain right now?
I'm thinking it kind of looks like the Maritimes right now.
Does it? Is it rainy there?
Yeah, we had snow when we left, but I got a picture from the home this morning, and we got a big wind, rainstorm that looks pretty much like this now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But that's going to turn into snow and freezing.
Exactly.
It's going to be lovely.
It's going to be dirty.
Yeah, it's going to be dirty. Filthy, even.
It's going to be filthy. There you go.
Even.
There you go. Nice.
Which is a single off of his new album, Grateful.
Yeah.
So it's been like 3 years since your last album,
Exactly. 3
Classified?
years, yeah. January 3 years ago, yeah.
Wow. How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm excited just to get it. I feel like I've been home in the studio working on this for like the last 12 months. We've only did, I think, 4 shows in the last year. Like, we purposely just kind of stopped doing shows to kind of focus on this album and just kind of go away for a minute. But now I'm kind of itching. I want to get on the road, do some shows, and get out and let people know about the music.
Is it scary to go away for kind of like 3 years? Kind of like Adele did, except she came back like massive. Are you scared that...
I wish I could come back like Adele. No, a little bit, you know what I mean? Because things go so quick, especially in music nowadays. You know, a song's on a blog one day, it's gone the next day, you don't even hear it anymore. So I find artists, it's the same way, they come and go so quick. So it's definitely something that you got to make sure you get out there and let people know that the music's out, and just realize people aren't just sitting there waiting for you to put it out. You got to get out there and let them know it's coming.
So what does Grateful mean? Why'd you name the album
Grateful? Well, just even the way it's spelled, it's great, like G-R-E-A-T, but
Yeah.
it's basically, you know, trying to achieve greatness.
Right.
And whatever that is for you, and being grateful for whatever it is you can get out of that.
Absolutely. And I love Filthy, actually.
Thank you. That's the dirty hip hop record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love the video for it where he's looking for a VHS and has no idea what
Yeah.
a VHS is, and you're watching Rap City.
Yeah.
So that song kind of feels like you're just like calling people out on their BS.
Pretty much. That was like, I made that beat in one day and wrote the song the next day, and it was strictly on some 90s hip hop
Yeah.
shit talking. Like, that's kind of the hip hop I grew up on. Even the video, like you said,
Yeah.
with the VHS reference, and then the dirty film look of just rapping in the camera, the big Beastie Boy looking shots. And yeah, it was totally a throwback to the music I kind of grew up on, and it wasn't something that I made that, I was thinking, oh, maybe the radio will play this.
Right.
I know the radio's not going to play this. It's not a radio type track. It's just some dirty 90s hip hop, and that's kind of what I grew up on.
But what we might play is No Pressure.
I'd love it.
Yes.
I heard it actually on the way over.
Yeah, I was just listening to it a few minutes ago, and
Yeah.
like Snoop Dogg's on it, and I heard from other interviews that you did a long time ago that he was kind of someone you wanted to collaborate with.
Totally. These, like I said, I'm a 90s kid, so Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style was like my album
Yeah.
of the 90s. So it's like bucket list for me. That was like the one guy, if you were going to say one guy you'd want to work with, would be Snoop Dogg. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's
How did
pretty
you do
exciting.
it? Like, how'd you hook up with him?
We were going back and forth. I had the song done. It was actually, the whole song was done. It was just a solo song. And then we had a connection to Snoop's manager. We did a few shows together over the years and stuff. And they came to Nova Scotia to shoot Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, I saw that.
So when he did that, he was in Truro, which you know,
Yeah.
and basically lived in Truro for a week.
Did he?
At a motel, yeah.
In Truro.
In Truro. And they just said, hey, bring a studio to Truro, put it in a motel. So we brought like a portable studio, set it up in the hotel room, and hung out for 3 hours and made the song.
Wow.
Yeah.
So dream come true.
It was a dream come true.
That's phenomenal.
He definitely was one of those guys that, a little bit surreal to
Yeah.
sit there and hang out. And
Intimidating?
smoke a blunt. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was cool. It was super chill.
So last album, for Inner Ninja, you won a Juno.
Yeah.
It was super successful. Are you kind of hoping that this album does the same thing? Do you want Junos, MMVAs, or are you kind of just like,
I want it all.
you want it all?
Want it all.
Grammys?
Grammys, no. That stuff is great. You know what I mean? I'd
Yeah.
love the record to do as good as it, but it's not like I didn't make the album thinking, okay, this song is going to win the Juno, this song is
Right.
going to win. But when that stuff happens, it's all bonus. It's great stuff. It's like,
Totally.
and it gets the music out that much farther for, somebody watching MMVAs and Junos who might not know my music, and then they see, a clip of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Just another way to get it out, and especially with hip hop in Canada, like any avenue you have to get your music out, you got to
gotta
use.
do it. Absolutely. So I've lived here, like I told you just a few minutes ago, for about 4.5 years. And one thing I've noticed is people on the West Coast, if I say, have you ever been to the East Coast? They're like, oh, yeah, I've been to Toronto and Montreal. And I'm like,
got that all the time. Everyone thinks Toronto's the East Coast.
Yeah.
Even people in Toronto will say, oh, yeah, I live on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's like there's no coast.
No, there's no coast there. So a lot of them then say, I'd love to go to Nova Scotia. I'd love to visit Nova Scotia. And I thought that before you guys do that, before you guys go, Classified and I are going to help you out a little bit and just tell you a few things that you need to know.
We know East Coast stuff.
Yeah, before you go.
What are we getting into here?
Okay. I want you, Classified, to pronounce these words for the people.
This is good.
Yeah. Okay. How would you pronounce these?
Car,
Yep.
bar,
Yep.
aunt.
Aunt. Car, bar, and aunt.
Okay, do we have anyone from Toronto here? Come here, young man. Come on here. How would you say those?
Car,
Yeah.
bar, ant.
Okay, aunt is the
Aunt.
big one. Aunt. Everyone on the West Coast say, but they would say car, bar.
I've heard of people making fun of the car, the bar. I don't notice
And
that as
ant.
much. The ant.
Ant.
It doesn't even.
No.
Ant is A-N-T.
No. So if you go to the East Coast and that's how they say it, that's...
They're right.
Yeah, they're right, basically. Okay, so I have another question.
You didn't even do any oats or boats or.
I know. Out, about. Even dad, like for dad.
Who says died?
Well, a lot of my friends on
is
the
that a
East Coast,
thing?
yes, and
Really?
dad, yeah.
Died?
Yeah. Okay, so here's
Dad.
the other one. After a night of partying in downtown Halifax, what area would you go to get food? Specifically, pizza.
You know the answer to this.
I know the answer. I want to know your answer.
Pizza Corner.
Pizza.
Specifically, Johnny K's. Have you been to Johnny K's? I don't think
No.
you have. If you haven't been home for a while, it's
No.
brand new. It's like 3 years old.
Is it?
Best donair in the whole East Coast.
Johnny K's.
Johnny
West
K's.
Coasters. That's where you have to go.
Yes.
And the last one, which I think is very important for West Coasters to know, because in Vancouver, there's water surrounding the city and you can swim in it. You can swim in it. So my question is...
Is it a harbor? It's like a harbor, right? Out here?
Yeah,
Is it a harbor?
inlet, yeah,
Consider
it's-
it
yeah.
an inlet.
Basically the same. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Vancouver Harbor. Would/should you go for a swim in Halifax Harbor?
Definitely not. Hell no. Definitely do not swim in the Halifax Harbor. But
Yeah.
funny story, I think they're actually cleaning it up in Point Pleasant Park.
Yes.
You know, like the far end. Suppose you can swim in there now.
Okay.
I never would, but I've
No,
heard you
my
can.
answer was hell no.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't do it.
Don't swim in the harbor.
So that's our advice for the West Coasters,
Don't swim in the Halifax Harbor. Go to Johnny K's for Pizza Corner. And it's aunt.
and say aunt. Yeah. So you will be here in Vancouver next on February 27th and 28th.
28th, yeah.
At the Commodore and then at the Vogue,
The Vogue,
Theater.
yep.
Perfect. So you got to go see him. And your album
In stores.
on the 15th?
Yeah, January 15th. Yeah.
15th. Perfect. Thank you, Classified.
Thank you.
94.5 Virgin Radio, Vancouver's #1 hit music station.